Chilling tales for dark nights.
Want to make sure you never miss a Chilling Tales for Dark Nights video again? Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell to turn on notifications.
So this story take place, it's been a while, man. It's been like 15 years, man. Back when I was in high school. Wow, I hadn't even realized it'd been that long. This was about 06, 07, I believe. Now, every day, after school, it'll always be a thing where, we never rush home to go do homework or none of that. We go rush to see, who house we going to go play Madden or whatever. Madden, 2K, that's the football and, football, basketball video games for y'all that don't know. And that was the thing, man, to see, where we going, who house we going to go play the game or whatever. Now, my house was one of the usual houses. A lot of times everybody went to my house. But, one of my guys, he stayed in Cabrini Green. Now, for y'all that don't know, Cabrini Green was one of the last standing projects in the city of Chicago. Now, Cabrini Green was, it was there. At that point, I know they had tore down some of it, but they hadn't tore down all of it yet. They tear them down and build up condos and stuff and all that. So they hadn't tore down his building yet. So we all, we was kind of, we kind of wanted to go. I kind of didn't want to go because the streets that I grew up on the west side. And the Cabrini, it's got, you got different sets, different cliques, different gangs and stuff. So, I'm like, man, I don't really know. I ain't want to go over there. And at the time, I had a design in my haircut that some folks around his neighborhood might not have liked. So I wasn't really too keen on the idea. But I went on and said, all right, whatever, we'll do it, whatever. We go to his house. We always go to my house. We go to your house. So we go over there, and we on the bus now. This is the winter time. So by the time we get out of school, it'll be, I don't know, I guess we get out around 2:30 if I'm not mistaken. 2:30 or something, I think. And by the time you had to wait because it was, my high school had 4,000 kids in it. So you had to wait until, you couldn't get on that first couple of buses, man. You had to wait until that junk died down. So by the time we wait till it died down and we get done messing around and all that, in Chicago in the wintertime, it get dark early, man. So it's already, starting to get dark. So we get on the bus and we ride, and everybody, they talking, running their mouth and stuff. But me, I'm kind of, I'm just kind of sitting back, man, because I'm like, dang, I ain't never been in no project before. You seen the projects on, you seen it on Good Times and other TV shows and stuff like that. But I'm like, I done rode past the projects and stuff, but I ain't never been up in that mug, man, So I'm just kind of, I'm just careful. Like, I was always the one out the group that would think stuff out a little bit, man. Everybody else just quick jump up in a moment, man. But me, I used to always just kind of just say, hey, what if, man? You couldn't say it out loud because if you sound like a punk or whatever, but it was always going on in my head at least, man. So we on the bus. We get off we on the Western bus, and we get off on Chicago. I think Cabrini was on Chicago. We get on Chicago for a couple blocks. Now, when we get off, it's crazy, man, because, it's just floor after floor, just this big, huge building, man. And it's, usually big buildings is like, you think of a hotel or something. It look you know, it looked nice, it looked welcoming, it looked like, dang, I want to stay there. But this just was, oh man, like graffiti everywhere. Man, graffiti and garbage, trash. You know, it was good. It wasn't a whole lot of folks hanging around. You know, it was winter time, so you know, winter scared a lot of folks away, man. So it wasn't no, and I'm telling you, like, it's a lot of situations back in my past where I know I was getting looked out for because it wasn't a lot of folks out. Usually it'd be a lot of people out, man, but I don't know if it was because it was cold. But it wasn't a whole lot of folks out that day, so we actually was able to, you know, make it. Because usually, you know, in the streets, man, when you come around and you bring new people around, folk gonna be trying to look and figure out who they is, man, who they is, where they from. You know, you run across the wrong guy, he ain't never seen your face before, you got problems. So, you know, we was man, we were blessed, man. Wasn't nobody out there. Wasn't nobody out there that evening, man. So we go in, and man, I guess we got on the elevator. Was the elevator working? Yeah, I think the elevator was working. We got in, went in, got on the elevator, and made our way up. Now we got there, and now, you know, it was you know, it was a good experience, man. Like, I still remember us playing the game, man. We had a good time, and I think I lost too, man. I think I actually lost. Like, my guy, he was the only one that probably beat me all. I lost. Well, I can't take that back. See, this is what happened. When I was in grammar school, when I was like in the hood, in my hood, I always won. But when I went to high school and met the mother folks, man, I wasn't the best no more. So I remember he beat me. I sure remember. Yeah, I lost. Yeah, he beat me. Might have beat me more than one time, actually. So we was there, we playing the game, man, and having a good time. You know, and we just talking, hanging out, you know, just running our mouth and stuff like that. I wonder if I let my mama know I was going to Cabrini Green, man. I probably ain't tell her where I was going. There ain't no way she let me go to the Greens like that, man, because, you know, she ain't never been over there. She probably never been over there one time, man. Other than, you know, just driving by some from now and then or something, but, you know. So, yeah, I couldn't have told her. Ain't no way I told her I was going over there. She would have never went for that, man. So, anyway. So, now, you know, it done got late. You know, probably about, I'm thinking it's about 9. And, you know, during the wintertime, it just always feel real late because, you know, the sun done went down at 5. So, you already, you know, it already feels super late anyway. Now, it's time to go. You know, his mama got there. We might have played a little bit longer after that, but once his mama got home and stuff, it was time to get up out of there, man. So, you know, we got our coats on, hats on, grabbed our book bag. Well, you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. We ain't had no book bag. We ain't carried no book bags, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you. If we carried a book bag, it was just for decoration. We sure ain't carry that mug because it had some work in it. So we head out. Now he didn't walk us. He ain't walk us all the way out, but he said, "Look, man, y'all want to see something?" So we like, "Yeah, see what?" Now at the time, I watched horror movies, but I wasn't a horror fanatic until like let's see, I became a horror fanatic like around the time like when Netflix came out, and that's when I really became a horror fanatic, around Netflix time. And back in the day when you go on Pirate Bay and download the torrents and get the movies and stuff on the torrents and all that, like that's when I really became like a horror fanatic. Before then, you know, I wasn't really no, you know, horror head like that. But I knew about the movie Candyman. Now I might have seen it, or at the time, or, you know, I didn't really know it. I heard it, I might have seen it on TV or something like that, but I ain't really know it like how I knew like the Halloween movies or something like that. I ain't know it that good. But I had heard of it at least, and I knew it was a black guy with a hook in his hand and stuff. But I didn't know that the movies took place in Cabrini Green. So he say, look, man, I want to show y'all the apartment they used in the Candyman movie. So I'm like, Candyman, what? Ain't that's a scary movie, right? About the guy with the hook in his hand. He said, yeah, that's it. So, again, being young and dumb, we say, yeah, let's go over there or whatever. So now, the floor where the movie took place, the elevator wouldn't work. So you had to take the stairs. Now, you could just tell that soon as we go on the stairs, now the light, as soon as we open the door to the floor, the lights and stuff is, how them lights when they turn yellow because they just be so dirty. The lenses on the light just dirty. A lot of the lights ain't even working. We had you had just everything was boarded up, man. Windows was busted out, and the windows where you could look down to outside, they had like a fence or a gate or something to stop folk from jumping out or falling out or whatever. But the gate was there, but the windows was just busted up. All the apartments, man, they was boarded up. Now, they boarded up, but they gonna find their way in. So they was boarded up, but some folks still they was open, but they was boarded, But it was one that was the one where the movie took place. Now the one where the movie took place, it wasn't boarded up. Like, it had been boarded up, but they had towed it down by then. It was already towed up. So we walking towards it, and man, just the air was just funky, man. Like, it was, how you hear people telling scary stories and they say the air was musty or the air was foul. Like, the air was just musty, man. Like, it was a smell like human must, man. It smelled like somebody musty on gym day, man. Like somebody that came to PE and forgot to put deodorant on that morning, man. It was musty, man. Man, it smelled bad. I remember we had, one of my guys, he had a scarf on. He put his scarf around his mouth. We was trying to pull our t-shirts up, hats, whatever we could, just put something across our mouth just because the smell was getting worse. The closer we got to the apartment, it just was getting worse and worse, man. So now we getting close, and the floorboard, man, it was so tore up. It looked like somebody just purposely just tried to tear up everything near this apartment. The walls scratched up, like it wasn't just graffiti. Like, the walls was just scratched up, like somebody just took a knife or took a rake or a blade or something, man. It just teared the walls up, man. The walls was made out of big cinder blocks and stuff, but they tore them walls up, man. Paint scratched all off. The floor and stuff was concrete, but that floor was scratched up, man. Deep scratches and stuff, dents and stuff, all just chunked out the concrete. And then you can see some of it looked like the door was just propped up. It wasn't nailed. Like, the door was just propped up, and you could see the wood that they had covering the door up, but the wood was laying on the ground. So the door was just propped up, covering up the entrance to the apartment. So he was like, yeah, that's it right there, man. That's the one they used in the movie. Now, at this point, somebody got to show who the toughest. Somebody got to be the gangster. Somebody got to be the one who don't care the one who ain't scared of nothing, right? It wasn't gonna be me though, you know. I'm like, nah, you know, y'all can have this one, man. So I'm just trying to stay quiet, cause usually any other time I'm the one running my mouth, you know, blah blah blah. Yeah, you know, I ain't going, you know, I'll send this trick up, man, you know. But now this time I'm actually sitting there like, okay, let me just shut up. Let me be quiet. Let me just sit over here and try to look inconspicuous, inconspicuous. However you say it. Let me just sit over here and just be incognito over here, man. You know. So I'm sitting there trying to be quiet, and they all running their mouth. So then one of them, he say, this guy right here, he just always had to be the toughest man in the room. Man, bro, I ain't scared of nothing, man. Y'all tripping, Joe. On my mama, I'll go in there. Now this before smartphones, man. So like, you know, if maybe a few, like I remember one of my guys he had the iPhone when it first came out, but the rest of us, man, we all had flip phones, and you know, some of us was fancy and had the slide joint, man, you know, but that's it, man. We had the flips and the slides, man, or the Nokia bricks or something, man. You know, that's the kind of stuff we were rocking with. So we ain't had no flashlights and stuff like we do today, and couldn't take no pictures. And if we did take a picture, like we ain't know how to, you know, we ain't think to save it to the computer or email it to yourself. You know, we didn't think like that then. You know, so there's a lot of stuff that we lost, man. We had so many funny, crazy videos, but we always lost it because, you know, we didn't think like that, man. We just, when your phone get broke, that junk was just gone. But anyway, so my guy that's running his mouth, man, he go up to the door and reach out to push the door out the way, and that mug fall, and it fell like into the apartment, and that mug hit, boom. That mug hit, man. It hit, and since it wasn't nobody else around, like it just echoed, and it sounded like a dang gunshot went off, man. So we all jumped. We all jumped when it hit, man. So after that, we started laughing. He like, come on, let's go in, man. So he go in, and we all follow up behind him. Now in the movie, it's like really two apartments. It's one apartment that's like Candyman's lair. You know, it's like one that's his actual like spot, and then it's another one that leads you to his spot. So the one in the movie, you went in the first apartment, and then you climbed through the medicine cabinet. And when you climb through the medicine cabinet, it take you to his apartment. Cause in the movie, like the walls was hollow in the medicine cabinets, behind the cabinets or whatever. But this apartment he took us to, it wasn't the one leading to Candyman apartment. It actually was his apartment. So when we get in, we see and you might have to go on Google to look this up, but we see the big black man screaming, and the hole in his mouth is the hole in the wall, and it was candles and little dolls and stuff, and crazy old clothes, and then in the middle of the floor was a little cloth, or like a nice little cloth. It was old and dirty, but you could tell it was like kind of like velvety type, smooth velvety silk type cloth. And it was a bunch of empty candy wrappers, man, and it was Fruities. Y'all, some of y'all might not know, but it was Fruities, one of the best candies it is. It's basically wax and flavor. And it was a bunch of fruity wrappings and Fruities and Chews, you know, all them old hood candies, man. They all sitting there empty on the thing. And when we saw that, we wasn't no more joking, wasn't no more wanting to explore. We turned and said, bro, it's time to go. So we head to the door. Now on the way to the door, we hear a tapping sound. just tss, 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 tss. Sound like a piece of metal, like hitting up against that brick wall or something. Tss, tss, tss. So now we start whispering. We like, hey man, you know, what is that, man? Is somebody else up here? People live on this floor? I thought that nobody live on this floor. Who is that, man? Where that coming from? So my guy, he's standing there and just like, now this guy was black, like he was black. He was dog, man. But his face, it wasn't no color in this man's face. His face was just out of there, just pale, man. So when we seen him, we started freaking out. You know, we like, man, what is, look at him. He couldn't get no words out. He just staring at the entrance of the door, just in complete shock, can't get a word out. So we like, bro, what's wrong, man? Joe, come on, Joe, why you doing that, Joe? What's wrong, man? Why you staring like that? So we trying to shake him up out of, and he said, Candyman, man, it's Candyman. He's like, man, what are you talking about? He says, Candyman, man. We like, man, what are you talking about? That's a movie, that's not real. And just then, in the entrance of the doorway and that light coming in from the hallway, we saw a guy step into the doorway. It was dark, so we couldn't see his face. The shadows was covering his face up, but he had on a big long coat. And it looked just like that coat. He had a big long coat. And the guy was about a good 6'3", 6'4". He had his hair, he had a little old fro, man. You know, one of them little hobo fros. And he had his hands in his pocket. So he took one hand out, and then he took his other hand out, and in the other hand, it was a hook. A metal hook. We all started hollering. We just started hollering, man. Bro, get out of here, man. What man going somewhere with that, man? So he backed up and left. So we started looking for a weapon, man. Sticks, a pipe, just whatever. We just started looking for whatever we can get our hands on. Wasn't nothing scarier than when we had to go and peek out that door to see if he was still standing there. We said the only way we can do this, Joe, we're gonna have to look real quick and hit it to the stairs. So we all got up right, we got about 5 feet from the entrance of the door. Counted, and boom, we hit it, man. We take off running. And as we moving, we heard that hook scraping up against the wall. And he following us, just taking his time, but we hitting it. And we get to that stairs, we bust that door open by the stairs, and we head down like halfway. And everybody was moving, but I took one little second to look. And I looked up and I saw him reach that hook through the door and pull it open. And after that, I was gone. Man, we hit it. I don't know where he went, man. I guess he went, stopped at his floor and went to the apartment. We hit it all the way out the building and didn't get on the bus by the building. We went and got on the bus. We ran about a good 2-3 blocks down and caught the bus about 2-3 blocks down the street. We hit it, man. That was my first and last time going to the Greens, man. I ain't never go back after that. I was done. And a little while after that, my homeboy had to move because they tore the buildings down. Yeah, they tore them on down, so somewhere there's a condo or some kind of nice business or whatever, sitting right on the spot where Candyman used to stay.